Mr. Irontrader, it is Tuesday morning. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. Take a look at natural gas, at gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy selling stock by ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil. Okay, this is WTI, daily and your weekly chart here. Okay, now you can see here we came right on down. We had this downtrend situation. Now we're breaking this downtrend. Okay, so what we did is we came down, we held this key 200 SMA, and now we're rallying up here very, very nicely. Now just remember that I know this is all like a broken record, but there's nothing solved, with Iran. Okay, there's just nothing solved right there. Now, T-Man came out yesterday, says he might, have to compromise on the nuclear deal. Why are you there in the first place? Okay, because of the nuclear deal, not just the Straits was open. Okay, so I don't know. It just seems like this crude oil just wants to go higher. I am long the UCO, and this is looking here pretty good. Now, here on the downside, say it does sell right off here, or say there's some kind of a tweet comes out or news comes out or whatever. This is what we're looking for, support level here, okay? So 82.17, that's going to be very, very key. That's what we want to watch as a 21-day. Next level is 80.28. That's your 50-day, and then we have your 8-day right below that at 79.79. And then we come over here, we hold the 8-day right there at 78.74 level. Then we have 76.47. Then we come over here to your 200-day, 74.73. And 74.40, and then we look at here at 71.24. Now, all these support levels might or might not work today, but again, eventually they all will work just like they did here. Okay, see how it came right back down through the 200-day, right down to the 50-day, held it very nice, and then look how nice we're holding that 8-day. Okay, so now here on the upside, we have some couple really, really big targets. Okay, so really what we're looking for today, we made this high about 84.61 level. So I got to do look right to the left of the chart here. What do you have? You got 84.60. Okay, see how simple that is? Then we come over here. Okay, then we're looking here at 85.03. That's going to be a next level. Then we can venture up here at 85.57. We have 85.94, and then we have 86.87. And then here's your really big target you're looking for. The 21-day, 88.14, and then 88.94. Those are your big targets. Okay, so basically, this is a trade. As long as we're holding this 21-day, we're going to be zipping right on up here. And I can see how it came down before, held that 21-day, moved right on up, kind of a situation. And then this is basically all news related. Now, 53, this is still looking very, very good. This is looking good. This is looking good. And this is looking good. Okay, so if it keeps rolling how it is, well, we're going to be looking right here, 88.14 and 88.94. Now, if we get up to those levels, we have to see what the reaction is. Okay, does it blast through? Okay, and hit that 350 level, or does it even get there and stop right at the top of this candle here at 86.87? So how you really trade this is just level to level to level. That's how you trade it. That's how you make consistent money. That's the key. Okay, let's take a look here now at Brent Crude. Okay, here we have Brent Crude, and you can see pretty much same thing. Okay, so on the downside, we're watching this key 21-day. Okay, this is very, very crucial. We need to hold that 87.56 level. Okay, we start losing that level here, then we're going to come right down here to your 84.43 and your 84.35. Okay, so that's your 8-day and that's your 50-day. Very, very strong. And now you can see where that 8-day is curling up above, and that's going to provide very, very good support level. Now we start losing that level, then right here, okay, 83.68 level, and then 81.16, and then we venture right down to the same thing, 79.06, okay, 78.98, and then 100-day at 75.15. Okay, just very easy, very, very simple. Now, upside here, where we make this high here so far at 90.03 level. So, what we're looking right here, you already have 89.50. Next big level is going to be 90.24. Okay, so where we come up to here today so far, 90.03. This is your level, 90.24. Okay, so we blast above that. This is what we're looking for right here, 92.89. And 93.88. Those are your big levels. And then once we get above that, then we can look to this gap fill at 95.14. Now, we get above there, well, we're going to be heading right for that retest of that 102.01 level. Again, this is all news related. Okay, 54 looking good. This is looking good. This is looking good, and this is looking very, very good. I'm looking for really for this 21-day and that 100-day here on the upside as a retest. As long as we hold this key 21-day, if not, then we're going to come down to this level right here, this 84 level, possibly 83 level, and then possibly 81 level if it does sell off. Now, again, I want to keep stressing this, but this is all news related. If T-Man comes out and he sends out a tweet, it says, oh, we got a deal. Of course, we've been saying a deal here now for I don't know how many months. Okay, there's no deal. Last week, we had the Straits open. There's no straits open, not for the U.S. Okay, it's just not going to work there. Now he might be in a stall tactic here that says, okay, we're just going to keep going and going and going until we drain, all the finances out of Iran, and that's a possibility. The thing about it is you're dealing with this regime, and they have a different mindset than what that is. They really don't care about that. They're just going to keep on shooting off missiles. Okay, so that's just how this goes. So again, we got to figure out how do you make money off of this. Okay, so just watch this key 21 day on the downside. Here's your big target right there, 21 day, and then right here is your 100 day. Then we have to see what the reaction is. Does it break through that? Then we have your target at 102. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now you can see here why you want to trade the chart. So anybody says, oh, charts don't work, they just don't know how to trade them. Okay, it's just that simple. So what we're looking for here, once you get past the 8 day, the big target is going to be that 21 day. Where did it go yesterday? Right into it. Where we are here today, 21 day. Okay, boom, just right there. Okay, now I use the same charts as I have some hedge fund buddies that I got these from, years and years and years ago. They use the same charts. Okay. It's just no different. Now, sometimes they'll do a little bit different. I use a 21 day, they'll use a 20 day. Okay, I use an 8 day, sometimes they'll use a 9 day. Okay, but realistically, it's the same charts. Okay, that's the thing. But keep them simple. Keep them simple. That's it. 8 day, 21 day, 50 day, 100 day, 200 day. That's all you need. These blue lines are just price channels, and all they are is bottoms and tops of candles. Simple. RSI, great indicator because it also not only tells you relative strength, but always tells you like divergences. Okay. Low, okay, lower low. What do you have? Low, higher low. Positive divergence, what did it do? Take it up higher, okay? RACD shows momentum. Very, very good indicator, okay? So keep your chart simple. That's how you make money. You don't need all these complicated systems or having people pay. You got to pay for this, and then you got to pay for that, and you got to pay for that. Go to Schwab, Thinkorswim charts, boom, done. All totally free. Okay, so this is what we're looking for on the upside. 2.79, okay? So we start cracking that level. This is what you're looking for right here. 283, that's your next resistance. That's your gap. And then 2859, that's your fill. Okay, once we get above that, then we're going to be starting looking right here. We have an 8 day at 293. We have a 21 day at roughly 293. And then we have a 100 day at 293. Okay, so that's your big target. 100 day, 8 day, 21. That's your big target. We crack above that level. We have 302. Okay, we have your 200 day at 310. And then 336 is your 100 day and your 50 SMA here. We get above that, then we can go to the 340. Okay, very easy, very simple, very clean. Downside, what really key level here is we're watching is this 8 day right here, 2.72. You got to hold that. If you're not, then we'll come down to the bottom of this candle here. You're looking at 270 level. Okay, we come down here. We're looking at 266. We have 263. Retest 261. Okay, now. Natgas is going to have to get off its ass here sooner or later because, right now here, the hurricane season isn't really working out, and that's great for people, okay? But for traders, this is kind of like, like watching paint dry, okay? But again, you got to have going into the winter situation. I listened to the Farmer's Almanac. It's going to be a cold, snowy winter, just like pretty much what we had last year. So you always want to go back and say, hey, where were we last year? That kind of situation. So if you look at where we were last year, where were we at? Okay, you're up in that $5 range. Okay, now I'm not talking about the spike high because that was like nothing, but you're in that $5 range. So always remember that this is not going to last down here. Okay, so that's the key. But for right now here, all I'm doing is just just trading it. I'm not on the short side unless we lose that 261. Okay, if we start losing that 261 level, then basically, okay, we come all the way down here. What do we have? 259 left, 256, and then 241. Okay, but right now, this is here. This is downtrend. Looks like it wants to break. The key is crack above that 21 day, then we go higher. This is here is looking good. This is looking good. This is looking good, and this is looking good. So I think it's just going to be just a matter of time. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Okay, now again. Okay, so where do we go? We need to go. We rallied right up here. We had a nice good double bottom situation, and then the 8 day crossed over to 21 day, crossed over to 50 day, and now she's rallied right up here. Now we broke above that 100 day. Look, we went into the 100 day, and yesterday we broke above it, and then today where do we go? Boom, right into that 50 day, right into that 200 day. Imagine that. Okay, now the key here on the downside is we've got to hold a couple key levels here. Okay, that 44.16, okay, and 44.07, and right here. 44.14. Okay, those are your key ones. Just look at your 100 day here, your 21 SMA here, and your 50-day. Those are key support levels. Okay, so if we start losing that level, then we can come right down to the bottom of this candle right there. You're looking at 43.73 level, and you can work it right down to the 8-day at 42.79, and then we have 41.72 over here at the 8-day there, which is curling up nicely. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. On the upside, well, you can see here, what is it? The 200-day is everything. Where did it go? Right into the 200-day, dead nuts, and it pulled back. But now we have a topping tail. Okay, so you have to crack above that 45.01. That's going to be the key. You got to crack above it. You got to close above it. Once you do, then all we do is go to the left, 43 level, 46.27 level, okay, 47.83. Work yourself all the way up here to 49.17 level, which is basically right there. Okay, so that is a good upside. But then here, the 200-day is everything. We've got to crack above that on the upside. On the downside, watch that 44.14. Watch this right here, 44.16, and right there, 44.07. Okay, if we lose it, then we'd be looking right here for this 8-day as key support. Now, we never made it to the 70 mark here. We got pretty close, didn't make it there. This here, the green is still over red. You can see the upside momentum. That's exactly what we got here, and this is still working. Now, a lot of times what to do is they'll come up to that 200-day, and it's very, very difficult, like I pointed out yesterday, to go through that, okay? So a lot of times we'll hit that, and then we'll come right on back down again, and then maybe even as that 8-day moves up, we test that 8-day, and usually the second time you can really blow through that 200-day. But the 200-day on the upside, that is everything. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now you can see here, silver had a really, really good nice run. We have a nice good double bottom situation. We got positive divergence going on here and looking right up. Okay, now what stopped it? Well, let's just look on a weekly chart. 50-day, what happened to that? Right into it, boom, stopped it cold. Okay, so always take a daily and a weekly, put them side by side. Okay, and then every week you want to use, you also want to look at a monthly chart. For trading, you can use a tick chart, 1, 5, 15 minute, and a 30-minute chart. You want to take the trade out a little bit, then you can use as a hourly and a 4-hour chart. Okay, so very, very easy, very simple, but a weekly here, it gives you that next level. Say, wait, why did it stop right there? This is why, right there, because it had the key 50-day. Now we got to get above that, 66.64. Next level right there, 68.79. Okay, we get above that, we come up right here, 69.20, and then we have 70.67. Okay, we start cracking above that level there, we're going to head right here for this 90 retest. Very, very easy, very, very simple. Okay, yes, there is resistance here on the left side. So, okay, so you always want to look to the left. So you just bring that price channel across there. Okay, 71.65. That's your next target. Then we'll come up here, 74.38. Then we'll bring this hole over here, 77.35. Bring this over here, okay, 79.25. Then we'd be looking right to the left of the chart here at 83.24, and then you work yourself right back to that 90.10 level. Okay, very easy, very, very clean, very simple. But you got to get through the 50-day first. That's the key. Now, same way here, we never even made it to the 70, but just because you have a little bit of pullback, that doesn't mean that this is going to crack right back up again. This is looking good here, this is looking good, and this is all looking good. The key is right there. Got to get above that 50-day and that key 21-day before we can hit the 100-day and that 200-day. Okay, on the downside action here, well, there's a couple key levels. Right here is this 50-day. This is what you're watching, and that's what needs to hold. Now, the 8-day crossed the 21-day, has not crossed that 50-day. So that's going to be support, 62.45. And then we are going to have this key 8-day at 61.85. Okay, then we lose that. We have right here this 8-day at 60.35 and then 59.49. Okay, right there, level to level to level. Okay, that's what we're looking for. And on the upside, boom, once you crack above him, he's sitting right there. Okay, once you crack about him, he's sitting right here. And then we crack about them, then she is sitting right there. Okay, so you got a lot of, you got work to do here before this is going to start retesting that 90 area. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Okay, now the key to Bitcoin is we have to hold this level right here. Okay, 64,179. So far, we are holding it. Okay, that's going to be. Okay, that's your 200-day. Next key level is right there is 63,344. Now, you can see how the 8-day flattened right on out here, and we're holding this level. We have to, that's an absolute must. If not, we're going to come right down to the 61,925. Now, in the shorter term here, you can see yesterday while we cracked up here, but we just can't really get off the schneid. So we're watching right here. This is your support, 63,804. And then on the upside, what do we have? We have this 64,399 and then your 21-day at 64,661. Okay, so there's a lot of work to do here. This is just doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Okay, yes, the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, everything's still intact, inverse head and shoulder. Double bottom, still intact. Positive divergence, looking good. Positive divergence, looking good. It's just that like watching paint dry here. So all I'm doing is scalping the BITX, okay? And all I'm looking for anywhere from 10 to 50 cents. I'm trading 7,000 shares. So that's all I'm looking for. You have to take what the chart gives you. That's what you have to do. Yeah, do I want it to rip all the way back up to here? Absolutely. Not going to happen right today. That's the key. So today, this is what you're watching. Watch that 21-day, 64,661. Then we can look for right there at 66.20. Then we're looking for that 67.95 level, okay, which is basically just stopping that candle. We get above that, right here is your target, 68.824. And if you get above that, that would kind of break this downtrend situation we got to go in there. Then we can head for the 69 level. Then we head for the 77 level. Then we have your 82 level. Then we have your 89 level. But right now, this is just a trade, daily trade. That's all this is, okay? This is not a buy and hold to say it's going to here. Yeah, eventually, yes, it will. But don't waste your time with that, okay? Just trade this until we start cracking above like this 67 level. This right here, that 68 level. Then you know you got that 69. You've got a little bit of breathing room kind of a situation, okay? Then we can come up to that 200-day. But until then, just trade this. That's all this is, okay? And just watch these key levels right here. 63.803. Watch this key level right here. 64.179. And that key level right there at 63.339. Those are key. This has to hold here by Friday because this is a weekly chart. That's it. This here is a daily. We want to hold that, but we just have this sideways action. Okay, let's take a look here now at Ethereum. Okay, here we have Ethereum. Same thing. Okay, pretty much a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so now we're below. Okay, so what we want to do, here's your upside right there, 1893. Okay, and then 1897. Okay, that's your 8-day and your 21-day. We have to get above that. Then your next big level right here is 1974. Okay, once we get above that, 1981, and then we have your 100-day sitting there at 2005. Okay, so once we crack that, then we have a nice target all the way up here at 24.14 and 24.86, which is going to be very strong because just look what happened in the past. Okay, now downside, very, very easy. We have to hold that 1807, and we want to hold this 1792. If not, here's your target at 1752. Then we could come all the way down to that 15-head level. So right now, we'd have a little bit of ping-pong action between this 8-day, okay, 1807, and right there, 1974. Okay, so we're trading that range. That's going to be very, very key, okay? So right now here, this is still looking just consolidating. But a lot of times when it consolidates, it can break up. Now, here is a consolidation, okay? This here, what happened? Boom, she broke right on down. Not saying it can't break on down, but again, consolidation can break up nicely, just as easy as it can break down. But right here, see, same thing as Bitcoin, we have that downtrending situation. We have to clear above this 21-day, okay? We have to clear above this 100-day. Once we do, then you're going to break this downtrend, and we're going to head right for that key 200 and possibly this 200 right here. Okay, this looks good. Okay, sideways action. This looks good. This is just starting. This looks good. Okay, so it's just going to be, you have to be real patient if you are trading the Ethereum. Alrighty, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the open close, and we'll take a look here at gold. Crude oil, I should say, crude oil and natural gas, and we'll see, what kind of stocks which are moving today. Now, the one I've been telling you about here that you might want to take a look at here is Netflix. Netflix is having a really, really nice, good cruise on up situation here. Okay, so that's maybe something that you want to take a look at. Netflix is looking very, very good as long as we cruise that, break that 50-day. Let me just show you real quick. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about Netflix here, okay? See how we had this downtrend situation? And all downtrends, the same way uptrends are meant to be broken. See how we had this downtrend, and this 50-day was holding it, okay? So once we get above that, all we have to do is see we're above this 50-day. We got to hold that 75.47. Then we can start rallying up here. We have a lot of nice good targets here. You got an 83 target, you got an 84 target, you got an 89 target, you got a 93 target, and we have a 97, and we have a retest at 108. So Netflix here, nobody is paying attention to Netflix. I was, okay? And I'm long this stock here, and if it holds this 50-day, I'm going to add to my position because this here is looking very, very good here to go back to the upside. So So every time you got to figure when you have stocks like this is a really good, coming into that football season, something like this could work. So you always want to look for opportunity. Okay, so we had a really good opportunity into Google and the Amazons and the Apples and all this and all that. Yeah, that's all great. I love it. Okay, and the Nvidia is getting a little bit of a juice today. Now my favorite trader here is SpaceX. Okay, now I'm long SpaceX and I'm also trading not only SpaceX but SPCU. Okay, and that's a 2 times leverage, and that's only sitting down right now here at 1174. Okay, so you can buy a pile of shares of that very easy, and it doesn't take much here to make some real money. Always, always, always look for opportunity. All right, that's all I got for you. I'll see you here after bid close. Remember, trade what's in front of you, not what you want.